Fruit Loops and beer, but
Hey, you ever take a shit in your ice cream?
I thought I'd try it.
Don't do that. Just
You got video, Sire, or is it being stupid?
Not sure. Cat knocked my laptop over, and one of my ports. Trying to figure out. I don't know.
The volume's pretty low for you too, Si.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get anything done near what I wanted to get done today, but whatever. Spending all day tomorrow working at my mom's house trying to get stuff hopefully fairly well finalized. So, and I guess I'll work on projects on Monday, but went and watched Terminator last night.
Yeah, we're going for Thursday. What do you think of it?
I liked it. Now, I'm going to vent here for a minute. So, there's this podcast I listen to. They started shortly after we started this one up again. And the main reason I got started listening to it is because they talk a lot about Ghostbusters. They're very heavy actually into the Ghostbusters community. Well, they still do a weekly show, so they've done more shows than we have now or whatever. But anyway, it's primarily three people. I think they're all either early or mid 30s, and two of them are married to each other. Actually, it's two guys and a girl, and none of them have kids. They all have stable jobs or whatever. They have some extra money hanging around. So a lot of they spend a lot of time and money collecting toys, which I'm like, that's another reason I'll listen to the show. I'm like, okay, cool, y'all collect toys or whatever. So I kind of, one of the reasons I like to listen to the show is because even though I'm not necessarily collecting anything, still hearing them going on the chase and talking about what's come out and this, that, and the other. Well, anyway, their episode for Terminator came out earlier this week, and I specifically didn't listen to it because, one, I wanted to watch the movie first. Mm-hmm. But secondly, I'm like, I just know they're not going to like it. It doesn't really matter what happened in it, but I just know that's going to be the response. Well, sure enough. Well, here's my rant. So I think I'm not gonna just drop the podcast, at least not until Ghostbusters 2020 comes out, because like I said, they do happen to find out some good information from time to time, and in the community or whatever, and share that. So that's something that I kind of want to keep up on. But I'm just like, at one point they're talking about it. The one guy in particular really didn't like the movie, and I'm like, that's fine. If you didn't like the movie, you didn't like the movie. Mm-hmm. Different strokes for different folks, and that's fine. I have lots of conversations with people that like movies that I don't, or vice versa. Mm-hmm. But like, he just goes on at one point, and he's just like, "Oh God, that movie, it was so bad. That was such a waste. That was such an investment, such a waste." And I was done. I was just like, motherfucker, you spent however much time you spent watching trailers for it, let's say maybe 10 minutes. You spent the 2 hours to watch the movie, and you spent, let's be generous and say $30 for your ticket and for food at the movie theater. So you've got, let's say, maybe 3 hours and $30 invested. That's not a fucking investment. I'm sorry. Don't fucking, I don't want to say grow up, but get some fucking perspective. Okay. You get divorced after a decade. That's an investment. You lose your job that you've had for 15 years. That's an investment. The 3 hours and $30 you spent on a movie that you don't even really talk about, like Terminator's not really in their wheelhouse. Fucking grow up. So it's just their side. But it's just like, I would have. I mean, hell, I would have. And it's not like it has to be a tragedy. Like if he had been like, it sucks, I lost my job, or maybe he had some medical bills or something. I'm gonna have to sell one of my toy collections or whatever. I would understand that because, like I said, they spend a lot of time and money and energy invested in toys. That is an investment. And if you had to get rid of it or something like that, that would suck. And I could understand that. But like I said, for 3 hours and $30 maximum, fuck you. So,
Is my audio any better?
yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
So, was that your HD webcam you were rolling up there?
Yeah.
The cat chew it up?
No, they knocked my laptop off, and the port that it was plugged into is fucked up now. And so I have to make a decision between shitty webcam
It's okay.
or good audio, or shitty audio and good webcam.
Gotcha. Until you get a USB port or something.
Right, until I get that fixed.
Yeah. That sucks. So
I'm just using an iPad. It works pretty good.
You know what? Nobody asked you.
Wait, you're still talking, Si?
Why don't you pour another beer in your fucking cereal?
No, I wouldn't recommend it. Oof.
come
Seemed
on.
like a good idea at the time.
Was it a pale ale or was it a dark beer?
Stella, pale.
So that's where you went wrong.
I might be. I don't know. It really made the Fruit Loops kind of fizz.
Fruit Loops is like the worst cereal you could probably do that with. I think.
Well, it was that or Cocoa Pops.
I don't know. I would think
that'd be pretty bad too.
I would think Fruity Pebbles just because it's a lot like the same taste, but you've got much smaller pieces to deal with. That would be the only reason I would throw that out there. But yeah, I think a fruity cereal would definitely not go as well.
Well, that's like an instant vomit for me. Like if I put that in my mouth, it would be projectile. Basically, I would scream Hadoken and get out of the, that would be it.
So I was going through the other night. I was going through the boys' candy that they got for Halloween, and I noticed that we got a bag of the zombie Skittles. Do y'all know what those are?
No.
Zombie Skittles.
Zombie Skittles. So in the bag, unfortunately, we did another one last night, and there were none of them in that one. That kind of sucked. But it's the little fun-sized bag of Skittles, and there's supposed to be at least one. Now, there's no variation in color. The tastes are a little bit different. So instead of just cherry, it's like a black cherry, so the flavors are a little different. But there's at least one in there that's supposed to taste like blood or vomit or something like that. It's supposed to be horrible.
Vomit.
Yeah. So the other night I saw that we had one. So we called the boys into the kitchen, and I opened up the Skittle bag, and I'm like, all right, Alex, you pick one, and Nick picks one, Daddy picks one, Mommy picks one. And we did that 3 times because there were 3 left. And we're like, all right, you go first, Alex. So he puts it in his mouth, and he chews it for a second. He's like, no, it's okay. So Nick does, and I do. And we hit the second round, and Alex puts it in his mouth, and you can just tell instantly. He got 2 of them. Felt bad for the little guy. So, but anyway, we did it again last night because Aunt Lainey was over. But unfortunately, we didn't get any bad tasting ones. So I was like, that's kind of disappointing.
I can't think what the marketing idea would be for something like that, other than maybe play Russian roulette with your kids.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. So
buy our candy because they've had it too good. Take them down a peg. That should be their slogan.
Well, I mean, have either of y'all had those Harry Potter jelly beans? The ones that,
yeah.
I was talking to someone about that the other day. Like the one that tastes like grass. I'm like, okay, this isn't pleasant, but it was still not bad. The one that tastes like vomit, though, whoa!
I never did. I had the earwax one, and that
was I think I had that one too.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. This is not fun anymore.
Like, I like jelly beans. Don't ruin jelly beans for me, please.
Okay, what is the best jelly bean you've had? Not necessarily flavor, but company.
Brock's, right? Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question.
Have you ever had? I can't remember. I think they're Starburst. Have you ever had the Starburst ones? They are so flavorful. They are great jelly.
That sounds interesting. Actually,
They are very good jelly beans.
I only never had that.
Yeah,
I've never heard of them.
when usually they come out around Easter. If you get a chance, look for them. Like they're definitely worth picking up. So.
I saw these at the dollar store the other day, and I had to pick them up.
Oh, Smarties!
Yeah. Dude,
wait, your Smarties are different than ours.
Yeah, this is ours. This is what
we call them Rockets.
See, and that's one of those things. Yeah.
25 calories a roll. It's not that bad.
Oh hell, that's not bad at all. No.
Yeah.
And they actually have some flavor to them. They don't just taste like chalk.
Dude, I love them. I eat too many of them though. Like those and sweet tarts. Oh, my favorite. Oh, and Spree. Spree is awesome.
Yeah, I haven't had those in forever.
I haven't had it. The purple Spree are amazing.
Yes, they are.
It's like
Are those like the fizz candies?
No.
No.
Spree is like how do I describe? Spree's like sort of the same. It's round. It's sort of the same texture as a sweet tart, except a little like it breaks apart a little bit easier, and it's covered in candy coating.
Ooh.
And the candy coatings are different flavors.
Okay.
And they're really good.
Are they little?
They're about the size of a quarter. They're about
they're a little bigger size.
Yeah. They're good. Now I want Spree.
He's like, hold on.
Oh man, I had bought some candy on Amazon a few months ago because I was like, I'm gonna buy some candy from Amazon, see what kind of deal I can get. So I ordered 2 different kinds from China just because I was like, let me see what these are. Weird looking candies.
Fair enough.
And so I ordered them. I didn't. I thought they were like little bags. They came in these 2 ginormous freaking bags of candy. And they were good, but I was like, there's no way I'm eating all this candy. So I took it to work, and I literally just gave it away. I had a bowl on my desk, and I would just fill it every day, and people would come up and take candy. And it took months for me to run out of candy. They'd be like, man, all your candy's almost gone. I'm like,
no, I got you.
It was a good way to break the ice with everybody and get everybody to know who I am and get comfortable with me.
Yeah.
See, I took salted black licorice, the thropies that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't make friends with that.
No, you don't.
They get it in, they're like for about 5 seconds, and then they're like wanting to vomit in your face.
Yeah.
They're good. I'm like popping a whole bunch in my mouth.
No.
The ones that I got were a little different. They were, and I think that's what appealed to people because they were like, what is this? Like, one of them was a caramel coconut. Okay.
Okay, that sounds fine.
Yeah, it's different, but it was good. And people were like, oh, it's kind of Hawaiian-y, something. Mm-hmm. And the other one was hard mint, like candy, like a hard candy, but it's mint. And on the inside is liquid chocolate. So
okay.
like you can suck it for a long time and then the chocolate comes out, or you can bite into it, get the chocolate. Ooh. People like that. That
sounds good.
Yeah, that does sound good.
They were good. It was just way too much. But what I want to buy is a gumball machine. I really,
that would be fun.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't done it. Because, man, that's fun, right? You should make candy fun.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no.
We had one of those. We kept it on top of our fridge when the kids were young. So if they were good, we'd use the gumball machine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe something you should try, Eugene, actually.
Here's the problem. I used to that was one of the things my mom recommended. She's like, when you ever get in office, have candy, because number one, if people come in and are pissed off at you for whatever reason, it's a good way to get, some sugar in them and they instantly kind of calm down a little bit. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm the computer guy. So people may come in, oh, my computer's fucked up, whatever. And I used to do that. The problem is I would eat all the fucking candy. So like I used to keep like Hershey's Kisses, and I was like, this is too dangerous. So then I moved to fucking Jolly Ranchers, and I still fucking always had a Jolly Rancher in my mouth all the time. So it's dangerous. So I know, but no, I understand. Like now, a gumball machine, on the other hand, would be interesting. It would be fun because I do have a large office, and I could see people coming in and wanting
the
to.
only problem with gum though is people don't want gum around. Like people get mad about gum being around. And at my job, I can't have gum because when they go out into the factory floor, they can't chew gum out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to work for my job. I was just thinking about maybe for me, just having I want some gum. I'm going to go get a piece of gum, and it'll make me to where I won't eat like 5 pieces of gum. I'll just get like 1 piece of gum because it's in a gumball machine. And it'd be kind of fun. But like, yeah, that's the only problem with gum is if you have it at school, people are going to be like, where's, don't be chewing gum. You can't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's the whole thing. So I don't know. It seems like a good idea though. Like, I think there's something to this. Like, you don't have to put gum in a gumball machine, right? It could be something else.
True.
Fireballs or something, Yeah, because I like atomic fireballs, those,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty good.
What about the, are they warheads, the lemon ones?
Ugh.
They're all right.
Yeah, they're okay. I have to be in the mood for one.
They get nasty after a little while. They don't last that long.
No.
Like
Jawbreakers. Those would be good. The full-size ones. Because then they last a long time.
Dude, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just not remember they used to have them giant jawbreakers?
Yeah, you couldn't get it in your mouth.
God, man.
Like a billiard ball.
They made a movie called Jawbreaker where people killed these girls, like killed other girls with the jawbreaker.
I remember hearing about that.
Rose McGowan, I think, was in that.
Talk about someone who's crazy, completely outweighed the hot factor. Like she was pretty hot, but her crazy was way off the chart. Way off the chart.
Yeah.
So, alrighty, y'all want to get started here?
Sure. What are we doing again?
Oh fuck.
We're talking about classes of characters that we would or wouldn't like, or something.
That wouldn't survive long.
Yes, we're coming up with what would be the worst character classes for a board, for like an RPG or for a role playing game or something. Like you go to the character class selection, and you've got warrior, you've got wizard, or you've got rogue or whatever. When you see this character class, you're gonna go, what the fuck?
Okay, I'm gonna wing this, but I think I can do it.
All right. Well, you can go third if you want, and
yeah. Let me go
cool.
third.
All right, so that'll work. So, yeah, Jay came up with this idea, and I thought about it. I was like, this could be fun,
dude. Unrelated. Real quick. Then I'll shut up.
All right. What's
I had a whole bunch of videos on my YouTube channel that had been privated back when all the bullshit happened. I just privated everything, and I forgot to put them back as public. So I was putting them all back to public today. And one of the videos I had uploaded was my KNCT little movie where I was the TV station is haunted movie.
Oh my God, you did?
It's on YouTube.
Oh shit.
And I watched a little bit of it, and I was like, wow, I am thin and I have a lot of hair.
Yes.
I was like, holy shit, I had a lot of hair. It was thick hair. It was like, God dang, what happened?
I remember it, dude.
Man, I was thin. I was like, how am I this skinny?
Yeah.
Long time ago. Galaxy Far.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, dude. So
that's what I'm gonna reference the next time one of these little kids makes fun of me for being a fat guy. I'm gonna go, Here's what happens. This is what I used to look like. Your future awaits.
Exactly. Just wait for it to happen to you. And if they ask, well, what did you do? Nothing, man. Like I drink diet sodas and I exercise. It just happens. It just happens. And there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Everything fun.
Yep. So, alrighty then. I don't know where this cough has come from, but it's annoying as shit.
It comes from your lungs, the inside of your body, where.
Ass.
Not a doctor.
I just played one on the radio.
You ever see a YouTuber or somebody that does like podcasting, whatever, and they haven't quite figured out that they're not supposed to use that voice, where they're like, "Hello, everyone, and welcome to the weekly podcast. Where today we're talking about," like,
Yeah,
you're like, dude, take it down a notch.
yeah, it's all right, man. Listen, it's okay. You know, if you want to do that for the first 10 episodes, that's fine. And after that 11th one, you're just like, fuck this. This is too much work.
There's a guy who does like tech videos, and he's looking right at the camera doing this thing, and I'm like, dude, you don't. And then like he'll be talking about something else, and he'll stop doing that voice, and I'll be like, what are you? Why are you doing this? Whatever.
I love
YouTuber
the ones that
was
do
almost
tech.
one of my picks.
Do what?
A YouTuber was almost one of my picks.
I was
Really?
gonna say I just
There's
love
too
those
many
YouTube
out
videos.
there that there's like the hunting guys and stuff like that show you how to skin a deer shit. So like, you know what? Some of them have skills.
Mhm. I love the ones that have legitimate, interesting information they're trying to convey to you. But for whatever reason, they feel like they can't talk, or I don't know, maybe they don't have a microphone, so they do the computer narration, and it's just I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
stop.
Hello, this is the latest LG TV from da 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 da.
Yes.
You're like, fuck. This is a big
Windows constantly has this problem. In order to get around the problem, please do the following. And I'm just like, fuck.
What's weird is like they type it in like it's like they're telling a story or something. It'll be like, I was at Walmart the other day and saw this television on special, and I thought, that's funny. That looks just like the one my aunt has. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, exactly. Ha, 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 ha. It's like, what are you doing, man?
Maybe it's AI that's making these videos. It's those androids that are going to kill us all.
Well, if that's the case, they're never going to fool us.
The humans are falling for our fake YouTube videos. Ha 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 ha. The beginning of the end is near.
I just see this like Terminator like future, but it's more like Zombieland. You know, they're coming, not this steady knock, knock, knock. Who's there? It is the police. Sure it is. Come on in.
It would be more like this. It would be like, knock, knock, knock. Who is it? It is the computers come to kill you. Like, who is it? And they open the door. Every time they open the door. Deception is not needed.
And that's what they're putting on their YouTube video. These computers are on there. Look at this dumbass. Watch this one. It's literally just this family getting blown away.
Oh my god! Wow.
So.
Oh my god. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Alrighty, we'll get started here. I think I got everything. We were recording. Good to go. All right, 3, 2. Oh, I'm so glad you're back. Welcome out to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 125. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Tonight's opening question is, when you do play something that's role-playing, or whether it be a video game or a board game or something like that, what class do you normally choose? Sean?
So I normally play Diablo, all those serious games and all that. I tend to end up as a necromancer.
Okay. Any particular reason?
that kind of thing. Depends who I'm playing with. I'll do a barbarian.
Okay.
Personal. But yeah, those are my typical ones that I usually play. I haven't gotten into Dungeons and Dragons yet. I figure I'll be a elf healer or something like that. I don't know.
What about you, Cyrus? When you play role playing games like that, what was there a particular class you tended to gravitate towards, or?
Well, it's funny. I mentioned I think we were talking about this in the chat. I usually pick the red one, and what I meant by that was, whether it was video games or whatever, there's always a red one. There's Raphael, right? There's the warrior. In Final Fantasy, there was a red. He had the hat, the red mage.
Mm-hmm.
It was all like with his hat. It was all awesome. So I was like, I like that. So I went less on like substance and more on style, but they got confusing with some games. Like Gauntlet 2 was like you could be the red elf or the red wizard or the all that kind of stuff. But I would still pick red, but then I would tend to go for strength over speed. So I would go with, like you said, like a warrior or something like that, if I could. I don't trust the magic classes, generally.
And yet, that's exactly what I was about to say. I tend to lean towards the magic classes. I like, but to me, the reason I kind of levitate, I tend to go towards the magic users because you can build a magic user so that they are offensive and defensive, and kind of like more of a balance. Because when I do pick like something more like a warrior, it's like, well, fuck it. I'm just going all offense. Like we're just fucking doubling down on this shit. Like tank it up, dude. So,
well, you need somebody to pick the magic classes. You just don't want to be the one doing it because because it's a crapshoot. Because it's like, okay, what am I gonna get? Like, am I gonna get the happy, like, make people feel better spells, or am I gonna be the wizard that fucks shit up? Mm-hmm. Like, what am I getting, and how powerful will I be, and how long will it take for me to get more powerful? And because if they come at you with swords, you're fucked.
Oh, you're fucked. Yes, no. Yeah. And like Sean said, it also kind of depends on the group. It's one of those things that's like, oh hey, yeah, we've definitely got some sword and axe wielders. It's okay, someone else can be a wizard. But if everyone's just like, oh no, I'm gonna be a mage. Oh no, I'm gonna be, an elf that shooting arrows, is like, well fuck, we need someone we need someone to go bash down some doors. So I'll take it.
What I really liked is to pick a character like in a Phantasy Star game or something that has a sword and can do a little magic,
No, yeah, and
that's what I really like. Is like, I need to fuck you up if you come near me, but I got some shit you don't know about. Like I like that kind of character probably best, but you don't always have that option.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, the reason this is our opening question is our buddy Jay came up with the idea. He just kind of threw it out there in the back channel. He said, what would be the worst character classes to pick from? And he didn't say video game or board game specifically. We're just kind of leaving it in general. So that's what we're going to come up with tonight. I always put the explicit warning on all of our episodes just because I don't want to limit anyone's, vocabulary or whatever, but it may be extremely explicit tonight. So just letting y'all know. So with that said, would anyone like to go first?
I got one.
You got one? All right. So what would be a horrible class to pick in a game or something?
Well, first off, I have two parts to this.
Okay.
The worst color would be yellow. So yellow, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the worst class would be, let's try the observer class.
So they just sit around and just watch it?
It's like a mall security guard. Like you look like you're authoritative,
right?
But you can't do shit. You just watch.
The instance comes up, all the bad guys are there. Everyone jumps in. The wizards get to the back. They start getting their defensive spells, and the soldiers are out there up front, shields and swords ready to go. And the observer's just like, "Don't make me come over there."
Yeah, if I was to get over there,
Yeah, exactly.
you guys don't even know.
Yeah, that would be a pretty bad
Hold
class.
me back. Hold me back.
What's your first one, Sean?
So I basically picked different professions or types of people to do
Fair enough.
classes. So the first one I have is a proctologist with a hook for a hand.
Jesus. Okay, the hook for a hand could actually come in.
Yeah.
handy.
And
Oh my
his secret weapon is cayenne laced KY.
Oh my God.
It's what? What?
Cayenne laced KY jelly.
Wow, this is very specific.
Yeah.
This is very specific.
It was.
It's
Now-
not going to be very effective against ghost. If we have to fight a ghost, that's not going to be helpful.
So
but
my proviso here is all my characters will probably be dead within the first 5 minutes of the first act. So they might be better off as NPCs or something like that.
This is more like an intimidating kind of threat.
Oh yeah.
Whereas my observer is if I would y'all lucky I'm not fighting, but yours is more like, man, we're lucky he's not fighting.
Yeah, I know. It's like trying to put the glove on the hook. That's like 5 minutes. Like, what the hell is he doing?
he's
the finisher. But who would his nemesis be? You got to think about that. The class that you would be like, oh shit. Would it be like the Mexican trans?
I'm thinking something fast, just because he wouldn't be able to get hold of them.
Like a blob or something like that, or someone.
There you go. There you go.
Someone that either has no anus or is all anus.
Mexican trans. He won't be afraid of the hook, the proctology, or the cayenne.
Yeah.
Blob, he takes a swipe. You've lost your claw. Damn it. Gotta put the next one on. That'd be
great. Yeah. So you can be like Trap Jaw, is what you're saying. You have all.
Oh, basically, yeah. There you go.
I guess.
Trap Jaw. The first one I had picked out was Pop Culture Collector. Okay. So they're able to hold a large amount of items. So that's a benefit to picking this class. They can actually equip any and all weapons. The problem is that once they equip the weapon, it immediately becomes a prop, and you can use it once. It only deals 1 damage and it immediately breaks because it's a fucking prop. And then the downside to picking this class is you end up spending the majority of your time just looking for unique shit. They won't even attack. They're like, fuck, that's a level 1 blob. They ain't gonna drop shit. I ain't dealing with that. So yeah, Pop Culture Collector was the first one I had. So
I can see him having this Sword of Destiny or whatever, but doesn't want to use it, take it out of the package.
Oh yeah, that would be the other problem, is be like, no man, I'm gonna get blood on this thing. That's gonna decrease the value.
That's a comic book guy and collector.
Hell yeah, that's
Halloween episodes.
That's exactly what that is. You've got a fucking mace with +3 magic spells on it, dude. I'm not taking it out of the bag.
It's been raided. It's been raided.
Exactly. Oh man, you got another one for us, Si?
I was thinking maybe like a furry in a wheelchair or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Just completely useless.
I was gonna say, just furry in general. Is that just, or does that have to be
furry might stumble around and accidentally hit somebody, but a furry in a wheelchair, that's pretty tough. That's gonna be tough to beat.
It's gonna be tough to do anything.
The only good thing about it is with the ginormous furry animal head, they can take a pretty good hit.
That's true.
And if you shoot them with an arrow, you may completely miss their actual head. You know,
That's true.
No
Although their vision's going to be severely
I
impaired.
can't see it. I can't see anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not really an issue.
Everyone's over here fighting the main, the main horde, and they're like keep running into a tree over here.
Yeah. The only thing you have to worry about is the football mascot showing up, because the football mascot and the furry are known enemies.
That's very true. Very true.
Problem.
Just in the middle of this giant battle, this mascot runs in. The fuck are you doing here?
Wait, he has the exact same outfit. I mean, uniform. I mean, what is this called? Armor. This armor. Same armor.
Yeah, armor. We'll go with that. What's your next one, Sean?
I picked liberal arts graduate.
Oh, okay.
So their big weapon is being so argumentative, the monsters will just want to commit suicide.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that goes okay. So this is
So what I
I'm-
pictured here was like all my people, I basically swapped them out as Ash in Evil Dead and see how they would react to fighting demons.
That's a good way to test them out.
Like I said, they all die pretty quick, but
Where's your weapon? I have this pen because it is mightier than the sword. Fuck you, you're about to die.
yeah, really.
Everybody pause, because I have to talk for 15 minutes in disagreement about what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this one was a toss-up. I really was going to go with the art history major,
Uh-huh.
but I thought I would go with the liberal arts graduate instead.
Nice. That's funny, because if you had gone with the history major, I think that's what my partner. That's what his master's is in, is history. So I'd just have to bring it up on Tuesday.
Well, a history major might have some relevant contributions,
See,
strategic.
I would say that would translate
You're
more
like,
into.
no. He's like,
See, I wouldn't go. That's Indiana Jones right there.
I was gonna say Indiana Jones. That's exactly how I would see it. Like,
No.
yeah,
Too many holes in that one. So yeah, that's why I went with the liberal arts.
gotcha. The next one I had was social media influencer. I thought that would be a horrible class to pick.
Again, it goes kind of with what he's saying.
Yeah, able to hold any item, weapon, but they're unable to use anything at all. Like they can hold it, but they can't do anything with it. They have high charisma, but very low intellect. They're able to convince stupid enemies not to attack, but highly intelligent enemies just like fucking come right at them.
My God.
Now I can see him killed like running up to a beast or whatever, trying to take a selfie with them. saying to make it
Exactly.
popular kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the problem is that they sniff their own farts, so they could be going in a circle too much.
Very, very true. How the hell did that become an actual job? Seriously, I mean, oh, that I try not to be old man Eugene, but that's one of those things I'm just like, yeah, the world's going to shit.
Oh, we're boomers now, by the way. I don't know if you're.
No, we're not. We are not boomers. But
That's what.
I fucking love that. I fucking love that meme that's going around. It's got like Batman and Batman Beyond. He's like saying something or another about the Batmobile going around too fast or whatever. He's like, whatever, boomer. I'm just like, that's great.
I hadn't seen that one. That's funny.
Yeah, that one's good. All right, what you got? Another one for us, Si?
No, I can't think of anything.
All right, cool. Sean?
How about the Maytag repairman? Dropping them in. Now, his special ability is he blinds the monsters with his shiny tools that have never been used. But then he runs away because instead of actually using the tools to bash them in, he doesn't know how to use them. So he just blinds them and then runs like hell.
Oh. Poor Maytag, dude.
That's what I wanted to be when I was growing up.
Was the
I
Maytag
I wanted
repairman?
to be a Maytag repairman because they did nothing.
Well, he had that dog too,
Oh, yeah.
Big floppy-eared basset hound. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The original one, he was awesome. That was from the guy from WKRP.
I think he was the second one. There was one
Okay.
before
The
him.
current one is the guy who used to be the sheriff
Scott-
on
Eureka.
Eureka. Yeah. So, and of course,
When I
he
saw him,
actually is doing shit. Like he's sitting there, like actually doing shit, demonstrating that they're actually working or
Yeah.
whatever. So,
But that's a pretty big fall from like Eureka to.
well, at least he landed somewhere. I mean,
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. It's a pretty easy gig, right? You show up, do like a couple hours of work, you get paid every time it comes on TV. That's pretty good.
yeah. All right, this next class I came up with is for you. Sorry, mansplainer.
Oh my God.
Instantly knows all techniques and skills other party members do. Only has 50% success rate at any and all rolls. Must roll for being stabbed in the back after every time he speaks.
Nice.
Because I mean, yes, I know it's labeled mansplainer, but I know some of these people, and it's just like, you go up to them and you start talking to them. It's just like, you don't know more than I do. Why are you talking down to me, motherfucker? Especially if it's something I know a lot about.
I got an idea for one now.
All right, what's your next one?
How about television commercial TV dad?
Man,
Oh
I
my
would
God,
kill
that is
Bob.
perfect. That is perfect.
There's a lot of ways you could go with this.
Uh-huh.
Obviously. But the typical television commercial TV dad doesn't know how to do jack shit.
Exactly.
Anything. And if he
Knowledge
tries to
roll
do
is
something,
nothing. Yeah.
if he tries to do something, it's instant failure. And he must be bailed out from all these catastrophes that he creates, various kinds, mostly in the kitchen, but it could be with the cars, it could be with the in the living room, it could be with the kids, whatever. Doesn't matter. He's a complete fuck up.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And he's either the wife or the kids show him, no, Dad, this is how you do it. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Oh, you nailed that, Eugene.
Yeah. It's just but I mean, every so often you see, and mainly I see it as a compilation of something like, what the fuck are you white people doing? And it's just all of those, because it's always a white person in the commercial. The woman opens up the cabinet and just this avalanche of fucking Tupperware comes down. The dad's trying to do something, and like you said, just fucks it up. And I'm just like, yeah, we really do mess shit up, don't we? At least in commercials.
I mean, we're menaces, like
Oh yeah.
it's alarming actually.
The only way this character class survives is if their luck is just like off the fucking charts.
No. Their survival is completely dependent on the existence of a female or child that can bail them out. There is literally nothing they can do to save themselves.
I got you. Yeah, no, that makes more sense. That's funny. Sean, do you have another one?
My next one is Fluffer.
Just in general,
Yeah. Well, he'll pretty much do anything anyway. So
Uh-huh.
drop him in, and his big ability is using a Swedish penis pump, and he's got like forearms that would make Popeye cringe.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's.
I'd like to meet a fluffer one day, and he'd just be like all like macho about it. Oh yeah, what you do is you get the cow, or what do you got? You got a goat? What do you want? What do you got? You tell me. I've done them all. I've been there. Look, I wrote the book on that shit. Let me tell you about last week. Last week, Bubba and I was down there at the ranch, and he's like, "Man, I'm tired from all this fluff." And I was like, "Bubba, you've been working 2 hours already. Come on, you need a break."
See, I did research into this one, and fluffers don't exist anymore. Thanks to
Really?
Viagra. Yeah.
What?
Viagra and implants. I haven't figured out what those implants are, but
Fucking medical industry running us out of
they
jobs.
wiped out the fluffer.
God dang it. Technology, man.
That's a position someone thought, shit, I'm gonna have this job forever. No one's gonna be able to replace this.
Yeah.
What you do What do you do for a living? Job security.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Imagine him going to look for work after this happens.
Oh yeah, what do you
yeah,
put
put
on
that
the
on
resume?
your resume.
Yeah. This says that for the past 20 years you've been jacking off horses. Is that right? Yeah. 24 years.
You know you were good at it when they included a mint in your paycheck.
I was voted top jack 6 years in a row.
I wonder if that was legitimately a award they gave out at the adult industry, like, because they have those competitions or those award shows or whatever. I wonder if that was a
You
best
win the magic
director.
belt that has like the KY jelly.
I know, right? Yeah.
They call me Kirby because I was so damn fluffy.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Best director, best female lead, best fluffer. That's funny shit. I only had one more that I came up with. Podcaster. I thought that would be a horrible class. High intelligence and stamina. Success rate decreases after every roll. Critical hits are far and few between. Mostly just average and blends in. Slowly drains money over time with nothing to show for it.
Wow. Wow. This character seems maybe a tad cynical.
Maybe a little. Maybe a little autobiographical.
I feel bad for this character. If I knew anyone that fit this description, I might feel bad for them as well.
Yeah, I thought podcaster would be a bad class to pick up. So, well, does anyone have any other classes they want to throw out there? I'm out.
I got one more, but this one is what your disclaimer was really for. So,
all right, what is it?
This one, pedophile.
Wow.
And this one would probably be the only one that would survive. Like, he comes with his own ice cream truck, so he's got a mode of transportation. His big weapon is the creepy stare. So he just look at the monsters and just kind of creep them out and all that. And if the monsters are small enough, he also has the backup one where it's a shoulder rub. Just kind of comes up behind
the monsters.
Just pulls up. Everyone just kind of steps back. They're just like,
I like to kill the monster.
And when I was thinking of this, when you guys see that South Park episode where Chef he dies and he joins that club or whatever, and there's a bunch of child pedophiles or whatever that
I vaguely remember that.
And you take a look in their hall, and it's all pictures of past members, and their kids are surrounding them, and they're all kind of cringing from each of them. That's all I thought of. That was,
Lord.
Except you had demons and all that instead.
Of course.
I'll tell you what. No, you wouldn't. No, never mind. I'm not going to touch a 10-foot pole.
I'm not going to step in that one.
Nah. Gotcha. There's nothing I can say that's going to work for me here.
No.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Gonna leave that one as it is. Well, if y'all don't have any other class to throw out there, let's go ahead and move on to our picks and pans. Does anyone want to go first?
I will.
All right, what you got, Sean?
So a couple picks. Kids and Deb and I just watched Spaceballs. Introduced them.
I saw you post that. So how did that go?
Oh, they loved it.
How old are they again?
Patrick's 14 and Willie's 9.
Nice.
Catherine wouldn't watch it. She's out somewhere else. She doesn't watch that stuff. But yeah, they were howling pretty good, especially around the surrounding assholes scene.
Yes.
They just love
so
that.
good.
Keep firing, assholes.
Yeah, so good. My other pick is I got my lawn tractor swapped over for a snowblower and all that. Because, we got dumped on this week.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and I was like, holy crap, I got a huge driveway. How the hell am I going to clean this off for Deb's business? Not so I got it switched over yesterday, and I got an electric lift kit with it this time because, fuck, you had to raise the front blower by using a foot pedal I did that last year, but it's like by the end of it, my left leg was like freakishly massive because it was so damn heavy. And I was the only one that could do it. Like the kids and Deb couldn't raise it. So this year I got an electric lift kit to put on it. So now it's just a switch.
Nice.
But which leads into my pan because fucking instructions for installing the wiring for it were just brutal. It was like John Deere, like, who should we get to write these instructions? Oh, let's get the guy from IKEA. But before we let him do it, let's hit him in the head with a 2x4 and see how far he can write before he bleeds to death. It was so brutal. Like, eventually, I like gave up on the instructions. I like wired it all up outside of the tractor, made sure it went up and down, okay, and then MacGyvered it into the tractor. Like, the rest of it took me like 10 minutes to install, but this wiring thing took me like 3 hours.
Damn.
Plus it's cold, and you either have to have the hand the size of a baby or this freakishly long alien hand in order to get the wiring harness into the thing. It was just so stupid.
Nice.
The way they had it running right against the engine, like it was going to melt the wires. Like,
wow.
It was horrible.
Lovely.
It
By the way,
worked.
By the way, what you're describing sounds like a pretty good character class. You know.
IKEA designer?
No, you're the giant foot and you know.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Giant foot, freakishly small baby hand.
Well, yeah, like they want you to like, okay, you got to reach in and put the cable along here. Well, your hand can only be like 2 inches wide, but it needs to be like 13 inches long fingers in order to.
Although the instructor, the guy who writes the instructions, could be very useful if like you throw like trap weapons out for the enemy, but the instructions come with them and they're like impossible to figure out.
Nice.
No.
I have 3 picks for the week. The first one is Big Mouth season 3. If you have Netflix and you like very inappropriate humor, it is fucking hilarious. Big Mouth is hilarious. My second pick is I went last night with Joseph and watched Terminator Dark Fate. It does retcon everything after Terminator 2, and I liked the movie. It's not great, but I enjoyed it. And if you were to take Terminator 1, 2, and this one is the third one for a trilogy, I think it's serviceable. I think it's a decent trilogy. So I've heard a lot of people have not liked it, but the majority of stuff I've heard from people have been, it's not bad. So there is a character death that happens near the beginning of the movie, and if you don't like that character's death, the rest of the movie is just not going to fly for you. I'll say that. So, and then my final pick is. So my boys were watching Transformers Prime, which was an animated series that came out not too long ago. It was a pretty decent animated series, and they had a version of Unicron on it. And I was telling them, I was like, oh yeah, Unicron, that he started back when I was a kid. So we sat down and watched Transformers the movie, and they loved it. Because I thought about it, I was like, this is not going to hit them like it hit me. Hell, like it still hits me as an adult, because Optimus Prime's still around. Like there's different versions. It's not, when we were kids and Prime died, like we thought that was it. Prime was fucking gone. He wouldn't come back. So it didn't have that emotional weight. Well, they really liked it. And as a result, the last week or so, we've been going back and rewatching the G1 cartoons, which I'm loving doing, but my God, they are horrible. There's no way this cartoon would have survived in modern day. Number one, if you ever get a chance to go back and watch them, voices are wrong. Like they've got characters. Yeah. It's clearly Starscream speaking, but it's Megatron's voice. Or the coloring is off. Like fucking, there's like 3 Starscreams, and then literally the next scene they transform, and it's obviously, it's supposed to be the 3 jets, and it's just like, wow, y'all did not give a shit. And yet, the language that is spoken is well above what it should be in some cases. Like, there's the episode, that final episode of of season 1, where they're introducing the Constructicons, and Prime and Megatron are about to have this battle, and Prime says something like, defeat Megatron, but our battle's not yet begun, and they're like, once our respective armies take their places, we will correct that oversight. Who the fuck are you writing for? Like, the writing's way up here, the story's somewhere here, and the animation's way down here. But I'm still fucking loving it. So it's been a lot of fun going back and watching with the boys. So those are my 3 picks. So you got a pick or a pan for the week?
I got a few. First, I have to mention, and so I don't forget, our first episode of our Watchmen animated comic is available on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It came out on Halloween Day with 0 notice. It just here you go. I had no idea it was even coming. And it's out now. Second episode is in production. I'm not in the second one, but I will be back. But it turned out pretty good. It's on YouTube. You can check it out. I voice Hollis Mason, the old owl. So I only have a few lines, which is all I wanted, because I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't get Rorschach. Holy shit. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It turned out really good. It's getting really good reviews from a lot of people, and I'm very happy with it. I'm very proud to be involved in it.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, I haven't done voice acting but it's nice to be able to do it again. Okay, other picks and pans. So I got a wireless controller for my Sega Saturn, which most people don't really care about, except the thing is, they've never had a good wireless controller for the original Sega Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have one, and it's phenomenal. And it's the second gen style, the perfect style, the one you want for fighting games and everything. But here's the cool thing about it. It comes with a dongle for the Saturn, and it comes with a USB dongle that will work for PC, PS3, and Nintendo Switch.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and they have all the buttons included that the Nintendo Switch needs. So it has all that stuff. So it's obviously going to be multi-purpose. They make a Genesis one also, and if you buy both of these, you can sync either one to either system. So I could actually use the Saturn one on the Genesis on the Saturn.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. So I've been pretty happy with that. That's been pretty awesome. Oh, and I had a third one. What was the third one? I can't remember.
It's all good.
Yep.
It's all good. Well, that is our show for the week, ladies and gentlemen. If you would please give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Music. You can also check out our other shows, the Marginally Geeky Show. We're going to be recording an episode here at the end of the month. We've got a new episode of Sustainably Geeky coming out. Should be about the same time that this episode drops. And it's talking about hydroponics. And then our newest show, Procrastinators, we're going to be recording here fairly soon, and we'll be talking about Bubble Bobble. So it's I'm just going to say something right now. I ran into the same fucking issue that I said I had with the other one. I was like, how do I do this? So I had to go look up something on an instruction manual, and I'm just like,
well, it's funny because I may have an extra layer to add to this, because I had a PlayStation 2 compilation disc made by Taito, and Bubble Bobble, the arcade game, is on that. So I actually have been playing that and the NES version.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting to see the comparisons between these things, but you're absolutely right. It's like instructions. Yeah.
Very helpful. Yeah, even though it's 2 fucking buttons, I was still missing a move.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, dude, how the fuck do I do this?
I played the game for 15 minutes before I figured out that simple little thing that you probably are thinking as well.
Yeah,
and I was like,
it's how to write on a bubble, right?
Yes, I was like,
I couldn't figure the fuck out. I was like, because I would jump, and sometimes I was able to jump off it again, and sometimes I wasn't. And I didn't realize. Oh, you jump and hold down the button. I would have. I had to go look up the manual online. And as soon as I got to that page, I was like, "That's how you fucking do it." I got to level 45 before I finally absolutely, because I was like, I'm down here at the bottom and there's shit going on up here and none of the enemies are coming back down, and I'm just like, how do I get up there?
you know what's annoying is like I play games live, and I have a chat room, and my chat room doesn't help me. like sometimes they help me and they're really cool, but then sometimes they get off on watching me like stumble around like a blind old boomer trying to figure out how to. It's like, God dang, guys, really?
Y'all couldn't just tell me hold down the damn button.
So that's my pan.
There you go. I'm so glad I wasn't the only one that I was gonna be like, I'm gonna get on the damn show. We're gonna talk, and I'm gonna feel like a fucking idiot. You're gonna be like, what do you mean you didn't know how to hold down the button?
You didn't know how to hold down a button? Are you stupid?
Exactly.
You never played a game before?
Exactly.
I'm sorry, it wasn't an Atari.
Exactly. 2 buttons, man. Come on. You can always find this show at epicallygeeky.com, and then find us at Epically Geeky on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Where can we find you online, Cyrus Martin?
Videogamevirus.com. Go to YouTube, look up Cyrus Martin, and there I shall be.
Good deal. Sean, can we find you online anywhere?
Usually fucking with the Wikipedia dates on safe sex.
Shit.
I think our population's too low. So
are you adding like this happened 12 years before Epstein wasn't didn't kill himself or whatever that is?
By the way, Lainey and Joseph both posted pictures. They were at Target today, and they had all of the stockings up on this thing, and someone had taken the time to put up Epstein didn't kill himself. And I'm just like, that's fantastic. Like, good kudos to you that stood there for 15 minutes at a fucking Target to do that.
You know what? This is a meme that both political persuasions have embraced. It's really fun because nobody can, like, everybody thinks it's a joke on the other group, so it's funny. I'm enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it as well. Not as much as I am woman yelling at a cat, but that's what I think is fantastic. So, because most of the time I come down with the cat, I'm just like, why on earth would you write something that you have to read like this? You read like this, motherfucker. Don't. Yeah. So, anyway.
The woman yelling at the cat meme, it's got another, how long do you think? What do you think?
Another month. I give it another month. I think it maybe has now. A lot of people, it's already played out, but I think it's got maybe another month, and then something's going to happen, and it's just everyone's going to run with, it's going to be forgotten. So, yeah. But like we had, and I don't understand this. So the kids on my campus somehow voted for Red Ribbon Week. I can never say that fast. Like one day we were supposed to dress as a meme, and I was like, how do I even do that? And I was telling my partner, I'm like, do I come in like with a white stuffed cat and I just set it somewhere and I put a blonde wig on and I yell at it? What am I supposed to do with this? So, but yeah. Anyway, you can find my individual wacky adventure online at Optimus Gene on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For everyone on the site, have a good night. And we're out. Wrong show. Which, by the way,